Hi everyone. For those of you who might not know me, my name is Buffy Hood and I am a Premier Designs jewelry stylist. Now you might be asking, why am I standing here in a robe and a towel on my head? Well, that's because I'm getting ready to do a style consult on myself, but I did want to make a point before you go heading into your closet attempting to do a closet overhaul. Here's a little trick that is going to make things that much easier for you. Make sure that before you start trying on clothes and trying to pull together outfits, do your hair and your makeup first, because here's the funny thing. You might have a really amazing outfit, but if you put it on without having your hair and makeup done, you might feel like it doesn't quite look good on you, or it doesn't have that pulled together look that you were going for. And it could simply be because the hair and makeup isn't done yet. So I wanted to give you that little point before I go get myself all dolled up so that I can get into my closet and start this closet consult on myself. Okay, that's better. So now I have my hair and makeup done, and I'm going to start using some tools that Premier Designs has offered to their jewelers to be able to properly do these closet consults. So I'm going to be going into the closet now, and don't worry, I'm going to take you with to be able to show you a little bit inside my closet and kind of how I already have things organized so that it can allow me to better use this formula. All right, ladies, so here we are in my half of the closet. So I want to first off let you know that one thing that can really make a difference in your closet is lighting. So if you do not currently have bulbs in your closet that would be what they consider daylight light bulbs versus the soft white, you might want to switch over to those. That's actually something that I plan to do. Right now, I'm using my studio lighting so that you can see more of a daylight atmosphere. Now, the reason why you want to do that is because many times your clothes will look a different color under the soft white bulbs versus the daylight bulbs. So it can just be a great way for you to be able to better see what goes with what versus thinking when you first pull it out of the closet, it works, only to find out it doesn't. So the next thing that we're going to do is, again, using the formula that Premier has given us, I'm going to go through my closet and find some of the staples. That would be what our step number 1 would be, okay? So this is working off of what we like to call our style recipe 1, 2, 3, because really pulling your style together truly is as easy as 1, 2, 3 if you know what those steps are. So we are going to be looking at tops and bottoms. Now, just to give you an idea as to how I currently have mine set up, because this is just what works well for me, is I have all my tank tops together, and then it goes into sleeveless, short sleeve, 3/4 length sleeve, long sleeve, sweaters, and so forth, okay? Down bottom, I have my bottoms, okay? The bottom part of my step number 2. So that's where I have my jeans. I do have skirts in a drawer, but I keep my jeans hung up. And then going on to the step number 2 would be my more fashion pieces. So those are the items that I have down bottom here. Now, I do have them organized by color in each of their different categories. That just makes it easy for me when it comes to needing to pull something together and grab items. I know exactly where those items should be found. The only downfall is it means that my husband can't help me put away my laundry. So starting with our tops, the formula is suggesting the following colors for tops, which is white, ivory, blush, gray, navy, and black. Now, mind you, this is because of the particular season that we're in that these items are being suggested. For bottoms, it suggests white, denim, khaki, espresso, navy, and black. So one of the easiest things that you can do is, as you go through your closet, just pull those items and say, okay, what do I have that correlates with these colors? Now, as you find the items that are on this list and you go through, one of the things that I like to do is, as an example, it says start with staples, classic styles, and solid neutral colors. So this isn't necessarily when you grab the super trendy items. This is more where you're grabbing those basics that you're going to be able to wear season after season, year after year. Okay. But what you want to do is say, okay, as an example, a white top. All right. So if you have yours color categorized like I do, that's going to make it really easy for you to go to your white tops and say, okay, these are the ones that I have. Now I'm just going to pull these down for you just so you can see. We have just a basic t-shirt, but here's what I can tell you about this t-shirt. I rarely ever grab for this t-shirt because I know that it has a couple little pinhole type things in it, so I never wear it. So that might mean that this is one I go ahead and get rid of, okay? The next one that we have, this is one of my favorites, all right? It is super affordable, by the way. This came from Walmart, love it. It has a real kind of silky texture to it. It also is slightly form-fitted and it has held up tremendously well. So this is one that I really love to wear on a regular basis. So we're gonna put that one off to the side here for just a second. Then we have this one. Now, I had originally bought this one for when we were going on a cruise because I didn't know how much I was going to be able to wear in terms of jewelry because of being on a cruise. So I wanted something that was still kind of sparkly. However, I also then wore it to go kayaking, and it now has stains all over the back of it from me getting wet, and for some reason those stains never came out. It actually bled the color of the kayak onto my white shirt. No idea why, but it did. So again, this is one that I don't need to have hanging in my closet because I'm not gonna wear it. It's not gonna be one that I'm gonna grab and go unless, of course, we're going fishing again. So next could be my white long sleeve. So I'm gonna grab those, again, pull those over here and show these to you. So we have this one here, which is really just a t-shirt material V-neck. It's one that I don't know. I don't love it. So therefore, I never grab for it. So this would be another case of, if I'm not gonna wear it anyway, why is it taking up residence in my closet? It needs to go, okay? Then we have this one here. This is just a more blousier style white long sleeve. I do wear this one a lot more than some of my others. However, I'm gonna have to see how it fits because this was a little on the larger side even when I bought it. And after having dropped some weight, I'm not quite sure how it's gonna fit. So this is definitely one that I'm gonna have to try on. Okay, so the next color is ivory, and I really only have one item that I would consider to be a step one that is in the color ivory, and that happens to be this V-neck sweater. It has a little bit of kind of a gold metallic threading, if you can see that going through there, that I just love. This is a super comfy sweater, again, purchased at Walmart, okay? And I've had this since last year, I believe, was when I had first got this. Again, another one that I'm gonna need to try on just to see if it fits any different, but this would be a great one for that ivory in my step number one. Okay, so next we have the color blush. Now I have two items that would go along with this, which is this kind of long sleeve button up blousey top, and it was again already a little big when I had first bought it, which was a few months ago. So just depending on how this one still fits depends on whether or not it's even worthwhile keeping in. However, when I went to go pull this out, I also noticed that there seems to be a little bit of a stain on the one part of the shirt, and I'm not quite sure where that came from or why it's there because this was washed. So I'm gonna have to check that out to see if it's something that can come out or if the top even still fits me. The other one happens to be this blush toned sweater. Now this is a soft fuzzy sweater, absolutely love this. It is a little bit more of a crop sweater, so I tend to wear this more with some of my high-waisted jeans, but this one I happen to know already does fit. So this would be a great one to pull in for that step number 1. Wow, okay, so the next color is gray, and y'all, I did not realize how much gray I have in my closet. So I'm gonna show you real quick some of the pieces that I have. This is really more of a charcoal gray, and it does have a little bit of a screen print there that just says gotta have faith. All right, next we have this one here. Again, this was one of my cruising t-shirts that has a little bit of that sparkle on, but if you remember, while these are really cute, and yes, I do wear them, for the sake of this particular project, they're not really going to be ones that I'm going to use for this particular step number 1. And the reason is because many of them have graphics on, or they are not just solid. Okay, now remember, we are going for solid. So all of these items, all right, while adorable, they're not going to be used necessarily for this particular portion. So instead, I do have 3 more solid grays that I found. So I have this one here, which is a nice 3/4 length sleeve. It has some really fun kind of lace detail on the back with that designed neckline. So that'll be one that I can keep for my step number 1. And then I have just a darker charcoal kind of short sleeve, as well as just a plain gray tank. So those are the ones that I'm going to keep out for this step number 1 for my grays. And while this is not necessarily free of design, it is still considered a neutral, and that would be white and black striped tops. Now I have this one here. This one says Inspire on it, and this is one that I really do love to wear with especially leggings and that kind of thing, because it's a little bit longer, but it's one that I don't know, I just don't find to be quite as flattering on me as this one is. So this one has more of that V-neck design. It also does have that open shoulder and arm, if you will, but it's also cuffed 3/4 length. So this is one that I tend to grab more often than the other. So this is one that I will still use for my step number 1. Now let's talk bottoms. The ones that they recommend are white, denim, khaki, espresso, navy, and black. Now, as I was going through this, I realized I don't have khaki or espresso anymore. In terms of, maybe I used to have them, but they just no longer fit me, and I wound up getting rid of them and never replaced them. So those could be items that are now gaps in my closet that I can use that then as a means to be able to know what to shop for the next time I go out. What I do have is white, denim, navy, and black. So I just want to show you, I also did add a pair of gray distressed denim in there as well. And some of my favorites, sometimes people say, you know, well, listen, I'm not one, I don't like black slacks. I gotta tell you, my absolute favorite ones are actually a pair of black jeggings that really still give that professional look, even though they are super comfortable and I don't have to worry about that. But I can promise you there are also slacks out there that are really comfortable. You just have to be willing to go try them on and find them. So I have my bottoms. Now it's time to move on to step 2. But before we do that, I also want to mention one other thing about your denim. Make sure that you have at least one dark wash pair of denim that is free of distressing and free of holes. That will allow you to really have that business casual feel when you need to. But if you like distressing, no worries. Please feel free to still have a pair for that as well. So I can promise you I have several different types of jeans. I do have ones that are free from distressing and ones that are, needless to say, very well distressed. So keep that in mind when you are looking for jeans, that you have ones for really casual but still super trendy, and that you also have ones that can be great for those business casual looks. Now, moving on to our step number 2. So that's going to be adding fashion, accenting with trending colors, prints, and textures. So here are the colors. So you have orange, chili, merlot, peachy, rose, orchid, lapis, olive, forest, and toffee are the currently trending colors this year. So then we also have animal prints, utility styles, plaids and checks, leather, lace, dark florals, feather trim, midi and maxi skirts, as well as blazers. Now, boxy blazers are in, but I will also say that remember, if your particular body shape does better with a fitted blazer rather than a boxy blazer, then still do a blazer. Just do it fitted, okay? So I have a couple different examples to show you of what I'm gonna be adding to my step number 2s, okay? So first, we have this faux fur vest, which is reversible, so I can either have the fur inside or outside. Love this, so we're gonna keep hold of that. And then I have 2 different style denim jackets. I highly recommend having denim jackets in your wardrobe because you are going to get so much use out of them. You're gonna like try to figure out, why did I not have these before? Okay, so again, I do recommend having a light wash and a dark wash. I also have a black leather jacket, but leather is, again, really big. Doesn't matter what color it is. I like black because it tends to go with everything. I have a couple of different blazers here. So we have this one here that kind of has a little bit of a plaid print, if you will, but it's not necessarily a true plaid. It's almost a abstract plaid, if that's a thing. All right, and then this one has become my favorite blazer, okay? This is a really fun one that brings in that animal print. So we have the leopard print there. Of course, polka dots are still a thing. So polka dots, this is in a navy and white. Love it. And then again, in the Merlot. All right, so this is another one that, again, I really love. Wear this one quite a bit. Now, while this one is not per se a step number 2 in the sense of adding a accent color that was listed on there or a print, I want to show you having a mustard yellow color top of some sort. You will be amazed as to how much use you actually get out of that, okay? If you are someone who is afraid of prints when it comes to your clothes, don't forget, you can always do it in scarves. So I have a ton of different scarves that I am able to use and utilize throughout some of those different outfits and that sort of thing. So I hope that so far this is kind of giving you some ideas in your own closet, but I want you to see, of the things that I pulled, look at how much is still hanging here, okay? What I'm going to do, because I'm really curious to see how well this works. All of these items are gonna kind of get squished down, and these items that are my step number 1s and 2s, once I make sure that they fit and that everything's good, I'm gonna hang those up, and I am going to try to work for as long as I can off just those items, with the exception of special occasions or that kind of thing that I may need a slightly different attire for. I'm just saying, okay? But I'm gonna try really hard to just make as many outfits out of these as possible. So I am gonna be trying these on, and you're gonna get a chance to see what they look like. But don't forget, when it comes to your step number 2s, you can also be pulling in shoes, belts, scarves, handbags, hats, okay? Whatever it is that you want to do to just add some additional interest. But there's a reason why I love more of the jacket style step number 2, and that is because it is going to make you look taller and thinner, okay? So for me, that is a look that I am always going for. So that's probably why I tend to gear more toward the jacket style step number 2s. But feel free to pull in your fashion and your trends any way that you want, and really experiment with it. Test it out, try it out, see what looks good on your body. So now it's time to go try things on. Okay, y'all, so I kept trying to figure out the best way to be able to show you the outfits, and this is what I came up with so that I can explain what it is that I have. So these are my highly distressed jeans that I was talking about. I do love them. I do wear them, but not for dressy types. These are also some of my favorite shoes. They are super comfy, as well as they're cute. Right? So I have this top here. This is one of the blush colored ones. Now, if you remember, I said I was going to have to check some things. There are a couple of things that I'm looking at with this particular top. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can come a little closer for you. Okay, so for one, it is a button down, and for me, I tend to often deal with the whole gapping issue here. Okay, the other thing is it does have these pockets, and they typically say that when you are larger busted, you should probably avoid breast pockets, but that's not as much of an issue as what I feel like it is just kind of tent-like on me, if you will. My waist is actually way in here, so it definitely makes me look a little bigger than what I actually am, because that would be like all the way in here, right? So it definitely makes me look bigger than what I actually am, and that's really not what it is that I'm going for. But I am gonna show you a way that this could perhaps work. Okay, y'all, so this could be a temporary fix for me with this blush colored top that is just a little too blousy for me right now, is that I can put it underneath a slightly more fitted sweater. Now this sweater is still a little bit oversized, but not quite as big as what that button down was. Now there's another little trick that you can do as well if you wanted to do an even more fitted sweater, is to take a snug fitting cami, put it over top of your button down. Okay, what that's going to do is it's going to smooth out all those lines of where the buttons are, and you're not going to even know that it's a button down all the way. Okay, they won't even be able to see any of those lines or the buttons quite as prominently. So that could be one little trick. Now, I am not typically a fan of doing something that is a temporary fix. That is what this top would currently be, because I really don't see myself wearing it on its own with as big and blousy looking as it is. I could put it underneath of other things, but I'm typically someone who would prefer to have something that can be worn on its own or with other pieces as well. But this is at least a temporary fix until I am able to find another blush colored button down that I love, because I really do love this look as well. So of course, then pairing the jewelry with it, that is our step number 3. So you are seeing the step 1, the step 2, and the step 3 of the jewelry all in one look. So this would be definitely something that I'm going to keep in my closet for the time being, because I do still like the way that it looks, but just something for me to keep in mind as I go shopping for other items. Okay, so we have another button down. This is my white button down. Now, I do still have a slight problem with some gaping here, but truthfully, that is something that could be taken care of with just a little bit of fashion tape. Now, as you notice, this is quite large, okay? So again, we're talking about a pretty big shirt, but I do want to show you how this could still work. Give you a little side view there as to kind of how big that is. All right, and then I have it paired with some of my favorite little booties, but give me 1 second because I need both hands. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so this is what I was talking about. One of the ways that you can sometimes make a shirt that is larger still work for you would be by knotting it or even belting it. So this is a way that I can still get away with using this particular top. Of course, however, it also lets me know that this is another thing that I may want to add to my shopping list for when we finally go shopping in January, because This is not going to work for me much longer, but for the time being, again, it can be a temporary fix until I'm able to go get what I need. Okay, everyone, so here is another option with that same white shirt. Due to the fact that it is a little bit on the larger side, this is again another way that you can kind of hide that until especially you are able to get another shirt that fits you better, would be to cover that blouse of your shirt with a step number 2 jacket. All right, and because this is just white and denim, you could really pair just about any jacket over top of this and it's going to look great. So that allows you to have more of a fitted look, takes away some of the oversized blousiness of it. So just another great way that you can do that. And there's the full look. Okay, y'all, now this time I want to show you a more casual outfit. Okay, still rocking my black version of my most favorite shoes, along with the distressed jeans. And then this is something that actually I had in the laundry and forgot to show you in the earlier thing, but a denim or chambray shirt that you can use as a step number 1 or a step number 2 is also a great thing to have in your wardrobe. This one has a little bit of an ombre going on with it, but then I just have it over top of the black and white striped shirt. I do recommend that you tuck in your blouses a little bit sometimes. That can really help to kind of draw attention to your waist or where you want your waist to appear. I am super short in the torso, so as an example, my waist, which if you want to know where your waist is, bend to the side, and wherever your body naturally bends is your natural waist. So my natural waist is actually like way up here, okay? So I have a really short torso, so I like to make myself appear a little bit longer there, and you can do that just by kind of tricking the eye a little bit by tucking your shirt in and allowing it to blouse out to where you want your waist to appear. Then also we have the longer, leaner look going on because of pairing a different colored jacket or top over your kind of undershirt, if you will. So again, that kind of tricks the eye. It brings in those vertical lines. I'm also wearing a long layered necklace. So that again also makes me appear taller and thinner. But I want to show you how I can take this same shirt and a couple of the same pieces of jewelry and totally change this from a very casual look to a much more dressed up look. Okay, ladies, so same casual top paired with now my pearls and my black jeggings and a little pair of black booties, okay, with my black jacket. This jacket is actually, it almost gives the appearance of like a suede material, but it's really lightweight, so I love this for layering options because I can use this even underneath my winter jacket and it's not too much bulk. So there you go. There you have it. We did a few different outfits to be able to show you, but I'm going to continue to be showing you different outfits that were made up of everything that I shared with you through this video over the coming days and possibly weeks. I don't know, we'll see. I'm curious to see how long I can function in just this little capsule wardrobe. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you have, make sure that you give me a shout out, like the page, subscribe to the YouTube channel if that's where you happen to be watching this from, and can't wait to catch up with you soon. Now, that was a lot of information that I gave you today, but I hope that you were able to pull some different tips and tricks from that and be able to test it out in your own wardrobe. If, however, after watching this, you're thinking, there's no way that I could do this all on my own, because let's face it, it is a lot of information. So if you would like some assistance doing your own style consult, then please contact me. I would love to assist you. Now, this is approximately a $200 value. You would receive my services for about an hour and a half, and basically I would help you kind of narrow down your selections just as you saw me do in my own closet. Then I can also help you with accessorizing those items and helping you to pull together some different outfits that perhaps you never have. Maybe you're someone who always wears this shirt with those pants. Then perhaps I can give you just a new set of eyes to be able to show you some different ways that you can be getting even more out of your wardrobe than what you previously thought. We do offer this service to our hostesses absolutely free of charge. But if you're someone who says, well, I just can't pull together an event either in person or online, and you opt not to go that route, but you still want to do a style consult, then again, feel free to reach out to me. We do offer this service for just $99 to be able to assist you, because really, we want to help you fall in love with your wardrobe all over again, plus give you the tips and tools that you need to be able to achieve that polished, pulled together look by adding those accessories. So if you would like to simplify your life and elevate your style, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks so much.